There was a guy that seemed to me to have all of the benefits that would guarantee his success, and he was too stupid to live on any of it.
The Chopper, Josh Tobin, everybody know who that is, man. Come on, man, stop doing that, Floyd, man. And pay Gervonta Davis his $34 million, man. And pay your taxes.
In a candid interview, comedian Katt Williams opened up about the controversy surrounding Floyd Mayweather and the claims of a $42 million scam. Williams backed Shannon Sharpe, who's been critical of Mayweather's finances, and didn't hold back when talking about the difficulties of telling the truth in Hollywood. "There's no way to be that honest without upsetting some people," Williams said, pointing out how speaking out can ruffle feathers, especially when it involves celebrities. He made it clear that he's not afraid to tackle tough topics head-on, even when they involve big names like Mayweather. Shannon Sharpe has also raised eyebrows over Mayweather's lavish spending, especially with rumors of bankruptcy swirling around. Both Sharpe and Williams seem to share the same concern. When you're in the spotlight, there should be more.
Weird position as a person in Hollywood, I'm saying, anyway. Just because of the amount of truth that I will tell and the fact that I take joy in it. And there's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that. And at 5'5", I've always handled it fist first, you know, so that I'm always addressing whatever the problem is to nip it in the bud. And as a professional and as somebody that's now where I stand, I can no longer do that. Those are just the breaks.
Katt Williams has built a reputation for being brutally honest, especially when it comes to calling out powerful people and exposing what he sees as hidden agendas among the elite. In his straightforward style, he often talks about how society pressures people to think and act a certain way, pushing everyone to go along with the crowd. According to Williams, this pressure to fit in isn't random. He believes it's a way to silence people before they even speak up, especially those who might question the status quo. He's also pointed out that society tends to label anyone who doesn't follow the norm, almost as a way to control them before they can spark real change. Williams doesn't stop there. He's been outspoken about the entertainment industry too, saying that success isn't always about talent. In his view, playing by certain behind-the-scenes rules, or knowing the right people, often matters more than actual skill. He's even criticized some celebrities for rising to fame by going along with powerful networks instead of standing out on their own. Through all of this, Williams is encouraging people to take a closer look at who really holds the power and how public opinion, and even fame, can be carefully managed behind the scenes.
In order to technically be sane, it requires that your belief system go along with everybody else's. And so that's why they put such a high modicum on labeling you as that, just in preparation for what you might later say.
Just because you're different, they always want to kind of put somebody into a box.
Well,
right.
That's the shallow end of it. On the deep end of it, they have an idea that there's a messiah coming and they're not sure who it's going to be. They just know it should stick out.
Candace Owens has praised Katt Williams for his boldness in calling out big names in the entertainment world. She pointed out that many of the people Williams has exposed often end up facing serious scrutiny, or even legal trouble, not long after he speaks out. To her, that's a sign that he's revealing truths others try to hide. Owens believes that a lot of these individuals were keeping questionable behavior under wraps until Williams brought it to light. She sees the fallout that follows his claims as proof that he's not just being dramatic, he's being accurate. In her view, this pattern highlights just how important Williams' role is in holding powerful people accountable.
Lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed.
Shannon Sharpe has spoken out about Floyd Mayweather's financial troubles, including the reported $42 million scam, saying he's genuinely disappointed. Sharpe stressed that as an independent contractor, Mayweather is responsible for managing his own money, especially when it comes to things like taxes. "It's disappointing, I really mean that," Sharpe said, pointing to the disconnect between Mayweather's massive earnings and his apparent lack of financial planning. He also criticized Mayweather's habit of showing off his wealth, saying it's not a good look when there are unresolved financial issues behind the scenes. Sharpe's message is clear: when you're making that kind of money, and living in the spotlight, you have to be smart and responsible with your finances. He sees Mayweather's situation as a warning to others about what can happen when you ignore those responsibilities.
The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.